You know, like Cormac McCarthy's The Road, I'd rather just be dead than be walking down that goddamn road, you know? It's one thing to sort of have some guns and some fishing equipment and have a garden and, you know, some chickens running around and all that as this sort of hobby enterprise. And then to go a little bit farther maybe and stockpile a little bit of food or this or that. Have batteries for your flashlight and everything. That's just kind of smart. But thinking about living off the grid or after peak oil, it's impossible. I think it'd be impossible. How the hell would I cut all this wood without a chainsaw? And with whatever scenario you think of, but if things go bad for our way of life, there's no point in having anything as sort of a backup. The only thing I think that you should have is guns and ammunition, because then you can get whatever you want. I mean, you know, that's a horrible thing to say and to think, but, you know, it's going to be some breaking and entering tools and a gun. I've chased many a raccoon around with this one. I can't even hit a bottle.
From 9:44 to 10:44, we have an Abraham Lincoln Assembly sponsored by Stanwood Economic Development.
I know little about my paternal grandfather, Abraham Lincoln, whose namesake I am, save that he immigrated to Kentucky from Rockingham County, Virginia, about 1781 or 2, where a year or two later he was killed by Indians. Not in battle, but by stealth. One day, Maureen said, you know, shave off your mustache, you look pretty much like Abraham Lincoln, and I did, and suddenly there it was, his face in the mirror and not mine anymore.
He walked out of the bathroom and I went, holy crap, Lance, you look like me. Pretty much. It's like, well, I guess we can fall back on something. It's like, because at that point he was headed off to other things. He was such a bum that summer. Just let his face grow and, you know, because I didn't marry Abraham Lincoln 30 years ago. I married Frank Zappa.
I look like Frank Zappa.
Some people who come in our museum, sometimes they ask, so what in the heck does you know, Star Trek have to do with small Midwestern town? You know, and besides the obvious that we're the future birthplace of Captain James T. Kirk.
And we are the crazy ladies.
Yes, we are. Want to hear? Did you hear our theme song?
I would love to hear your theme song.
He wants to hear our theme song.
Excited for all, Mom. Oh, I thought maybe you were growing up.
Crazy ladies, you are a friend of mine. We're throwing beads and we're always looking fine. Did you get to crazy?
Good to see you. Live long and prosper.
Yay, Democrats! Go Democrats! Woo!
Stimulus money! Guys supposed to throw down stimulus money!
Aha! Very good.
Good to see you. Live long and prosper. Thank you very much. Live long and prosper.
In our days we will live like our ghosts will live.
The best way to describe the project is through the comments on the website. One girl said, I met you guys last week, and I've been in quite a funk because my friend was murdered in Washington, D.C. And I lost faith in humanity, and you guys helped bring that back. So what a touching comment. And then I think the next day somebody wrote in and said, you guys are just a bunch of hippies with no jobs and no path in life, you know, grow up. So that shows you, you know, how people can have different opinions about something.
When Sister Love says amen, we won't hear anything. The 10-car train will take that word, that fledgling bird. In the falling house across the way, it'll keep everything.
So I graduated high school, worked at the tire shop, ended up having what they call in AA or NA, they call a Damascus experience. I saw the light. I had eaten some LSD. I didn't eat it, I snorted it. And I met God that night. It was the head of a lion, and it said, "Ben, I have a plan for you." The difficult bit was that it was a head of a lion, which can be interpreted as the Lion of Judah. That's automatically where I went, and that made me wonder for a little bit if I was supposed to be Rastafarian, the Haile Selassie. No, I'm Mennonite, so I go to church. That was Jesus in the form of a lion.
The battery's dead. Yes, the battery's dead, Connor. Sorry about hitting you with that airplane.
Attention. Shiloh Jennings, Brian Brown, Nick Schaffer, Rod Schmidt, Justin Eden. Please take your position as turn marshals. 5 minutes and 3 seconds. Colin Mathon with car number 3 running in seconds on Facebook.